He's not thinking ahead like that. He does not think ahead. He's a crazy person.
Although Maher's joke may be humorous, it has really...
Despite its humor, Maher's joke has quite serious implications for Trump's electoral future. On his most recent show, Bill Maher delivered a zinger that is still resonating in the comedy world, particularly with regards to the Trump circus.
I read today that he's in Orange County tomorrow, which I thought, oh, Orange, him, Orange, I get it.
What? Tell me everybody didn't think that.
Imagine that. With a sly grin, he drops a bombshell and dismissively abandons the idea that Melania Trump has been Googling the question, do felony convictions invalidate a marriage? Whoa, Mike stammered. That's the kind of joke that makes you go blank. Did he just say that?
I believe here at Real Time that when you look at people's Google searches, it does reveal a lot about them. For example, Melania Trump Googled, do felony convictions invalidate a prenup?
The implication is clear today. Melania, the evasive first lady, might be trying to find a way out of the Trump scandal. It's a joke that highlights Trump's less than ideal marriage appearance. And to be honest, Melania hasn't exactly stood by her husband's side during his legal issues. It can't be easy being married to a walking scandal magnet. But this joke's power comes from its ability to take advantage of the public's curiosity about the Trump marriage. Hey, even Melania is probably tired of this guy's antics. He seems to be saying, and who was she to blame? Everyone has speculated about what occurs behind closed doors, and their grandmother, Melania, is just biding her time before acknowledging our annoyances.
Okay, why do all the political families have this ne'er-do-well f***up family member?
Maher's practical joke raises those introspective thoughts. It's not just a cheap shot that strikes a chord. This is a statement on the current status of the Trump union. It's clear that things are not going well when your wife's fictitious Google searches result in humorous material.
I believe here at Real Time that when you look at people's Google searches, it does reveal a lot about them. For example, Melania Trump.
Maher is drawing attention to the holes in the foundation in addition to ridiculing Trump. In this case, the joke's timing is the icing on the cake. Given the growing number of legal issues that Trump is facing, Maher's remarks appear to be a well-aimed jab. It's the kind of humor that makes you laugh out loud, even if you know there are grave repercussions.
That's right. In New York, a jury of his peers found Donald Trump guilty on 34 counts. That woke him up. The prosecutor gets up and says, no one is above the law in this country. It doesn't matter who you are or what your name is. And all the Republicans stood up and fist pumped and went, yeah. And then they went, oh, wait.
Given that even Melania is considering leaving the administration, this isn't a lighthearted joke. What does this signal for Trump's chances of weathering the storm? More than that, this zinger stays with you and makes you think about important issues. In addition to trying to make people laugh aloud, Maher is also attempting to highlight the absurdity of the Trump administration. And let's not forget the delicious irony. As of right now, the joke is aimed at Trump, who has made a living by making fun of other people.
If they do it to me, this could happen to anyone. Yes, of course. I'll have to remember that next time I'm cheating on my third wife with a porn star to pay her off when I'm running for president.
It's not acceptable. And I was surprised because that is not the man that I know.
How do you feel going into closing? Where's Melania?
The perception of cosmic when roles are reversed, justice results. The joke that Maher spoke serves as a reminder that even the most powerful people can be brought to their knees by a witty remark. Bill Maher's most recent joke is just one of several witty comments that have enraged President Trump. Maher's career-long monologues have been a feast of barbs directed at President Trump. Some of Maher's sharpest comments have been directed at the individual who adamantly proclaims themselves to be the master of the arrangement. One example of this was when Maher remarked that Trump's ideal nominee for the Supreme Court looked like a Fox News anchor. There are other things that have irritated Trump. Along with the onliners, Maher has used his authority to highlight the former president's most embarrassing moments. I'm hurting another time. He described the Trump administration as a Category 5 tweet storm. Double the suffering. Recall President Trump joked about looking straight at the solar eclipse, saying that it was the only time in his history that he had ever looked at something brighter than him that was on fire. He also brought up the incident in which he boasted about passing a test of cognitive ability. Maher claimed that the exam was so simple that it was a breeze for him, comparable to playing tic-tac-toe against a chicken. Though it's possible that Maher's most hurtful remarks have been those that have been directed at Trump the most. For example, he made fun of Trump's famous coffee tweet by implying that it was the sound of Melania changing the locks on the White House doors. He also made fun of the time when he joked that Trump's hair was so fake that it should be called in as a witness. Even today, Maher has never shied away from telling the truth to those in positions of authority. In addition to being funny, His jokes have a deeper meaning. They ensure that those in positions of power are held accountable. Maher has diligently investigated the Trump case based on the facts. Bill Maher is not only a fantastic source of entertainment, but also a powerful tool for changing public opinion due to his hilarious jabs at Donald Trump. After a long night of scrolling through Twitter in anticipation of something horrible happening, his audience gobbles it up like a midnight snack when he delivers a dish of stark reality, seasoned with a liberal dash of sarcasm. His razor-sharp humor slices through the ridiculousness, hypocrisy, and inconsistency surrounding the former president. In addition to laughing, he's also causing the audience to chuckle as he breaks the illusion of invincibility that Trump has worked so hard to maintain with every zinger that highlights the emperor's new clothes, or lack thereof, and every punchline that reveals a gap in the armor. The wearer of the MAGA hat experiences a slight but discernible shift in perspective. Consider Ma's ridicule of Melania Trump's conspicuous absence from his legal issues. It's not just a cheap shot at a failing marriage, it's also a sly indictment of how unstable Trump's support base is and how firm his foundation can actually be. The joke makes the comment that even his own wife might not stand by him, which nibbles away at the edges of Trump's expertly crafted persona and leaves a lasting impression long after the laughter fades. The way that Maher compares Trump's blatant disregard for the law to Biden's handling of his son's legal troubles is perhaps the most damning of his humorous accusations. He paints a picture of a president who views himself as completely above the law rather than one who respects the institutions of justice, even when doing so is personally difficult for him. Maher's criticism of Republican incoherence over legal responsibility is another way that he highlights the cracks in the GOP's united front by highlighting the party's apparent fragile support for a possible felon as president. This analogy is difficult to accept. Bill's insignificant quips have a significant political impact. Not only do his humorous jabs at Trump and the Republicans make people laugh, but they are also changing the way voters perceive the entire circus. When Maher reveals the ridiculousness of the GOP's Law and Order Act, voters begin to lose faith in these clowns. Furthermore, when he calls attention to the fact that even Trump's own wife seems to be ignoring him throughout his legal issues, it's as though he's flashing a gigantic neon sign that reads, "If Melania won't stand by her man, why the hell should we?" But undermining Trump isn't the sole objective. Maher's jokes, which are a refreshing change of pace from the usual political trash, compliment Biden for giving the DOJ authority in instances involving his own son Hunter, praising his ethics and justice. Sure, everyone likes to laugh, but when a comic like Bill Maher starts to point out the holes in the Trump narrative,
The right is wrong to pretend it means something, except possibly about Joe Biden's parenting. Okay, why do all the political families have this ne'er-do-well fuck-up family member?
has the ability to drastically change how the public perceives individuals mocking Trump in the voting booth on Election Day, may also cause all those MAGA hat admirers to wonder if their fearless leader is actually just a giant orange windbag. Who wants a president who has become a national joke? After all, however, maybe we shouldn't undervalue the power of a well-timed joke.